Hi everyone, I'm Celeste and welcome to my YouTube channel. Today's cosplay is Granmamare from Ponyo, and this is a Studio Ghibli film. This cosplay was actually a trial, and unfortunately I didn't get to keep my footage of making this cosplay. This cosplay I used my hand crank sewing machine, and in a few of my shorts you can actually see me working on it listed here in the descriptions. Well, the description's down here down below. But the problem is I lost all the footage when my phone died, which you can see in a different short that I've posted. Just a moment of silence for the poor thing. But I am glad that I did finish this costume for an event in February, and this is my kind of own interpretation. A lot of people have different designs, but I went back and watched Ponyo, and Granmamare actually has two kind of different looks. One when she's in the water, and secondly when she's out of water. She's a huge water mercy ocean goddess, and that's Granmamare. So that is this video's cosplay. If you're new to my channel, I do fashion, sewing, content, and of course cosplay, like this video here. I do think that fashion and cosplay go hand in hand, which is really awesome. So if you have any questions, make sure to leave them down below. And if you're new here, maybe subscribe if you're interested in that kind of content, especially DIY and making over stuff. Now this cosplay, I used old fabrics. I didn't go out and buy anything for it. Now I'm only talking about the dress and the shawl that I made and how I'm going to piece together this cosplay from things that I got in my stash because I hoard a lot. And if you are a crafter, it is highly possible that you have these materials in your closet as well. Why am I sitting so funny? This should be on my back, hold on. But I will be discussing and talking about it with my cosplay with me right here. One of the main reasons why I made this cosplay is because I was going to be working in Artist Alley with my own booth, and I wanted something kind of easy to wear and something that works with my pregnancy belly. Pregnant belly. Say hello, baby. So one of the problems that I run into is that there's not that many pregnancy cosplays that are anime based, but there are some ways that you can turn it into an anime pregnancy cosplay. I chose Granmamare because she is the mother of the ocean, well, goddess of the ocean, and she also is huge. She's literally like towering over any human, bigger than boats. And I'm just like, you know what? This would be a very simple and easy cosplay. Now, there's definitely different kinds of looks that she has. She's got the one where she's floating in the water underneath the boat of her hubby. And then she's got the one where she's out of water and she's touching her husband. And then like the dress is just everywhere. The costume is everywhere. It is not uniform. The only things that are uniform are her circlet, which I made, and her necklace. Even her earrings change how many droplets they have. So it's just like, wait, that's a problem. There are some scenes where there's actually 2 droplets or 3 droplets. Honestly, at this point, if you just have like the basics down, I think you're gonna be okay. On my YouTube channel, I've already shown you how I've made these jewelry pieces. So if you want to go ahead and remember to click on those are very quick and very easy videos to watch, and it's not just this explanation video. I did use wire, that's why they kind of have a little bit of shape to it, and it will stay where it needs to be. And for the circlet, I just used 2 hairpins to keep it inside the wig. Now for the necklace is also wire, but at least it'll sit in a nice like funky circle instead of just like hanging. Now one of the little bead charms I had to take off because I thought I lost my circlet. No, and I put it on like an extra chain and just went like this and like draped it on my head. That also works. Honestly, as long as it's gold with red little droplets, I think you're okay with the jewelry. Now I wanted to have a really amazing video on this cosplay specifically because I used my hand crank sewing machine. Now the problem is I don't have that footage anymore, as I said earlier, because my phone broke. I dropped it. That's what happened, and it sucks. But I did use one of my pre-made patterns, and I just cut a simple V-neck dress sleeveless pattern. Now you can have sleeves or you can have no sleeves, it's up to you. I chose to go sleeveless. This is the dress, and I used this also the same pattern for my Lady Dimitrescu. No, that's not true. I used this pattern for my Bella Dimitrescu costume, and I made sure to make it as big as possible. Now this fabric I found at a thrift store for about $2, and I'm just really happy that I was able to use something that was bluish, like a light blue. This is actually a light blue. I don't know if you can see, but it has little roses, but I thought that would be kind of like a nice little impression. I've seen people do this with just flat kind of fabrics. That's not a problem if you want to use a flat fabric or a white fabric. She is the ocean, you know, the queen, the mother of the ocean, or the goddess of the ocean. Now, there are scenes where she actually has like drapings along her arm, and then when she meets Sosuke's mom, she actually has sleeves, and it's a white dress. So again, this is your interpretation on how you want to be this goddess mythical person, because she has many kind of inconsistent outfit changes. I decided to use this kind of watery kind of feel, like it looks like what ocean waves, in a bit sheer fabric as a cover to kind of emulate water dripping or needing to be wet, as kind of just like a little capelet or like a shawl. So it would go around like this. Now this is just two pieces of rectangles. This side and this side are exactly the same size, and I just sewed it to a nice big rectangle, and it just drapes like this. It's gathered at the top, and it just comes down. I'm really happy with how quickly this one turned out. And yes, again, before I even cut this fabric, I pre-serged it before working on this project, and I also used the hand crank. This video was supposed to be, can I make a cosplay using a hand crank sewing machine? And unfortunately, I don't have the footage to really showcase like how I did it, my faults, and me having problems. But I did finish this cosplay using the hand crank sewing machine. There is small shorts of me using the hand crank, but I can't show you more than that, and that's why we are just discussing this cosplay. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and get into this. For some reason, my earrings are missing. I'm going to locate them and we'll do a final cosplay reveal. If you've made it this far, thank you so much. If you have any questions, leave them in the comments down below and I'll be sure to answer them. And yeah, time to get into cosplay.
Alright, so guess who's the clown today? I thought I was going to be really cute and do like this gold and red eyeshadow. Turns out Ponyo's mom actually has lilac eyes. So I'm going to have to cover a little bit. I'm like really disappointed.
So the wig that I chose is actually this really long curly wig, and it is in kind of a rose, light rose, kind of dusty pink color. I had to think of the color. I was like carnation pink. It's totally not carnation pink. This is a dusty rose pink that I chose as opposed to a bright red. That would really just not go. I think a bright red wouldn't stand out as much as like the red jewelry. So I wanted everything to have its own kind of moment to shine. And the wig is not an afterthought. But I had this one on hand. I also have this red wig, and it's shorter and it's more choppy. It didn't give me that goddess feeling. So that's why I decided not to use this color, even though it is more the color that Ponyo's mom, Granmamare, has. Well, Granmamare has, and I just don't think that I wanted to use that color. So I opted for more of a dusty pink color. And here you can see my full cosplay on now. Look how big my baby bump is in it. And this is one of those like really fun, easy to wear cosplays that I have. I think it's really lovely. It's pretty. Sorry for the backlight because of the window, but I like being in this kind of spot. Hold on, maybe I'll just move the camera. But you can see from here how it looks with the shawl. I could take this off too to just have it as a blue dress, but I think it looks better with a little bit of drama because after all, I am a goddess. I quite like this cosplay. But yes, I made all of this using my hand crank sewing machine, which I think is very easy to use. It just was a lot of cranking. I used a commercial pattern for the dress. If it hasn't been obvious, I really think cozy cosplays is where it's at. The more complicated ones are like not my speed at the moment. It looks like I have a bowling ball in my tummy, or like I'm baking bread. No, that's probably why they call it a bun in the oven, because you're inflating, right? This is such a cozy costume. It's actually really nice on the skin, despite it being a, what is this? Like a velvety fabric that I got from a thrift store. Overall, this costume didn't really cost me much, but it's because I am a cosplay hoarder. And if you're a cosplay hoarder and you just love to buy stuff and you don't know what you're going to do with it, eventually someday, hopefully, you're going to be using those supplies. This is one of those moments because I've actually had this material for over 8 years. Use what you have on hand sometimes and you'll be surprised what your creativity can take you to. Now, my thoughts on this cosplay are that it was supposed to be quick and easy, but I wanted a little bit of a challenge, and that's why I used my hand crank sewing machine to create this cosplay. Honestly, it would have been so much faster. It could have been a quick day build, but it wasn't. I also needed to figure out what fabrics I was going to use, and I decided this light blue and this multicolored kind of like ocean wave vibe would be really fun. And don't be afraid to play with fabric types or textures and prints in your cosplay. Sometimes that will actually make your cosplay more unique and make it stand out, as opposed to being just a cookie cutter, like it's a flat white, it has to be this, it has to be that. There's no rule in cosplay where it says you have to follow what someone else is doing. And remember, the reason why we all cosplay is for fun, and that every cosplayer is going to be different, and your own unique take is going to be what makes your cosplay special. So remember, if you enjoyed this video or want to check out any more of my content, make sure to click the red button down below, leave a comment on who's your favorite Studio Ghibli character, and remember to stay inspired, be creative, and I will see you in a future video. Or not, I don't know. I'm very, very pregnant right now and I might have to go on break. But if you're watching this in the future and I've already had my son, thanks for watching and I'll see you in another video. Bye!